Hello and welcome to Shri IAS. My name is Shashank Roy, and today we are going to cover an important topic from geopolitics. Please pay attention to the picture. Nuclear alert. Is the US Pakistan crisis real? So, what this article says, recently in one of its press briefing, Donald Trump said something which was shocking and surprising. This is what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump said that he describes a dangerous pattern: countries that fund terrorism, build nuclear weapons, and developed missiles that can strike across continent. Now, he takes a pause. If you look at these four lines, which says that he describes a dangerous pattern: countries that fund terrorism, build nuclear weapons, and develop missiles that can strike across continent, you might be thinking about Iran. You might be thinking about Iran's, axis of resistance. You might be thinking about Iran's nuclear plan. But there is another country which fits this entire criteria and meets all the description, and that is, but what if the real profile fits another country even more precisely? A country with nuclear weapons already, a history of terrorism link, and ambitions to reach the United States of America. So, which country is the most suitable according to this description? And that country is none other than Pakistan. Now, have a look at it. If you look at this entire content, Donald Trump didn't name Pakistan directly, but he described a blueprint of danger which says that they sponsor terrorism, build nuclear capability, developing long range missiles, and threaten US and allies. At first glance, this sounds like Iran, but this description is more suitable and more apt for a country like Pakistan, which has a repeated history of colluding with the terrorist organization. Pakistan, which is already a nuclear state. Pakistan, which has already used its militias or army, right, across West Asian conflict. Pakistan, where the nuclear weapons are not controlled by the civilian government but by the military government. That's why Donald Trump says it's a blueprint of danger. Now, the article says if you look at the weapon system, we have the countries with their weapon system, which you can read in your free time. Now, the unexpected name, now comes the twist. Unlike Iran, Pakistan already has nuclear weapon. Pakistan hosted Osama bin Laden. Now, Pakistan has a history of militant links. Now, if you talk about nuclear weapons, Iran is not developing nuclear weapon. You know, the entire war happened because of nuclear weapon. But Pakistan has existing weapon system. If you talk about terror links, there is allegation that Iran has terror links, but Pakistan's terror links have already been documented. Missile program, Iran is growing a missile program, but Pakistan has advanced missile program. Now, it is not sure that whether Pakistan owns continental ballistic missile, intercontinental ballistic missile. When we say intercontinental ballistic missiles, any missile which has a range of more than 5,500 kilometers, that will be known as intercontinental ballistic missiles. Now, why US is worried with ICBM? Because ICBM can reach any corner of the USA or Canada or across the world. Any country be targeted if a country owns ICBMs. Now, look at this Shaheen. Shaheen 1, this is intercontinental ballistic missile of Pakistan. US intelligence highlights missile development. It says that short range will be 1000 kilometer, medium range 1000 to 3000 kilometers, and any missile with a range of more than 5500 kilometer, that will be called intercontinental ballistic missile. Shaheen 3 doesn't have, it is not intercontinental ballistic missile. Shaheen 3 has a range of 2750 kilometer, but according to US intelligence, they are in the process of making ICBM. In fact, Pakistan has already made one. So the question is, if on the basis of US intelligence, Iran can be invaded for developing weapon system, for developing nuclear weapons, why can't Pakistan be punished on the basis of same US intelligence which says that Pakistan is planning to develop or has already developed ICBM? One country was attacked and another was invited to the White House. One was attacked brutally, the entire leadership was wiped out, whereas the other was invited and hosted for a dinner in USA. So why this double standard? Look at this one. This is the intercontinental ballistic missile. Yes. Now, global threat club. US intelligence groups Pakistan's with Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, and Pakistan, the world's most dangerous club. US names, US intelligence report names these countries as the most dangerous weapon clubs with weapons such as intercontinental ballistic missile which can cover or which can reach any part of the world. Now, double standard. While Iran, when the US intelligence gave inputs about weapon development, Iran got sanctioned and Iran got attacked, but the same treatment was not meted out to Pakistan. In fact, Pakistan was more diplomatically engaged. In fact, just after Operation Sindoor, a huge amount of $1 billion fund was cleared by International Monetary Fund on behest of United States of America. Now, same threat profile, but treatment is different. So why this double standard by the world superpower? Now, nuclear security risk. Now, the biggest concern is what if nuclear weapons fall into wrong hands? We all know that Talibani forces are attacking Pakistani borders, right? They are attacking armed forces of Pakistan. Now, what if Taliban gets hold of these nuclear weapon? Or what if Pakistan army uses these nuclear weapon to threaten the world superpower? Or what if Pakistan supplies these nuclear weapon to the Middle East to be used against Iran or against US allies? So this is the bigger question. So Taliban insurgents are there, ethnic conflicts are there, terror network is there, and military control is dominant in Pakistan's political system. So these nuclear weapons or ICBMs are not controlled by the civilian regime in Pakistan, but they are controlled by the military regime, and that is the bigger risk. It's not just for weapons. Now, nuclear blackmail. A powerful concept is known as nuclear blackmail. What is nuclear blackmail? Build nuclear weapon, create instability, use nukes as a shield and prevent global action, and instability becomes power. And the biggest example of this instability is look at North Korea. Look at North Korea. Look at North Korea. Everyone knows that North Korea is known for its brutal regime. North Korea has nuclear weapons. North Korea has nuclear weapons. North Korea has intercontinental ballistic missiles. Everyone knows that North Korea has supported Russia against Ukrainian war. Everyone knows that North Korea is creating instability in East China Sea. East China Sea by threatening US ally South Korea, Vietnam, not Vietnam, and Japan. Right? But North Korea is using this weapon system as for blackmailing. North Korea is using the system nuclear weapon for blackmailing. Countries having nuclear weapons, they do not get invaded. Countries that have nuclear weapons, they do not get invaded. That's why Iran wants to Iran wants to establish or want to have nuclear weapons, because nuclear weapons work as a deterrence. Nuclear weapons work as a deterrence, and that's why Iran, since Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons, they got invaded. And that's the reason Israel knows well that if Iran will develop a nuclear weapon, Israel will lose its leverage, and Iran will use as a shield against any future attack. And this war has forced Iran to go for nuclear acquisition or nuclear weapon. Right? So this is it. Now policy options. Suggested action. What action can be taken against these nations who use nuclear weapons for diplomatic blackmailing? It shows stop military aid, impose sanction, arms embargo, push transparency, and consider denuclearization. Now remove the shield and the system changes. But do you think that United States of America can take these actions against ally like Pakistan? Or Israel is also a nuclear state, but Israel has never accepted it. But It shows that Donald Trump has started looking Pakistan with suspicion. Now, this is not just about Pakistan, it's about how the world deals with nations that are allies and threats. Because in geopolitics, the most dangerous countries are not the enemies. The most dangerous countries in international politics are your friend. So this is it in this article. I hope you enjoyed the session, and we'll get back to you with a new topic. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.